All right, y'all will get started shortly, but I do have to ask. Tonight's question, as you pop in, all right, this is the big question for tonight. Can Phil Danault back on the Habs? Can he be a can he be a difference maker? You tell me. You tell me. We're just doing a little bookkeeping right here before I get going. I'm going to pin to the top the live blog on the Gazette website, which is where I post goals and highlights where those happen, updates. Somebody gets to do a fight, you know I'm going to post the fight. You know I'm going to post the fight. Uh, so all the information is going to be there. Um, yeah, it is the last game before an admittedly pretty short holiday. It's not a long one, but a holiday nonetheless for the Habs. Oh, hold on one sec. Sorry about that, guys. My wife, you guys know it's the holidays right now, as you guys obviously know. My wife went to go pick up her cousin from the airport. The snow is coming down like crazy right now. So my wife is stuck, as so many people are, trying to get to the airport right now. And she was like, "Yo, I'm 500, she said 700 meters away," and Waze says I'm 25 minutes out. She's like, "I can't see anything." That's what's going on in Montreal right now. I don't know where you guys are tonight. I hope it's safe wherever you are. I hope if you're picking up a family member from the airport that you're safe. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy evening. But I had to be here on Christmas for you guys. I'm sorry. I was looking for a Christmas hat in my place. I was gonna sing some carols for you, sing some Mahalia Jackson for you. I can't do it. I might sing a little later. I've got maybe a little bit of eggnog in me after the second period, we'll say. I'll keep things profesh for the first two periods. Anyways, Ryan, good to see you. Happy holidays. When I heard about the Danault trade, I thought it was a joke. I told you guys it was going to happen, by the way. Just want to say, on Tuesday and Thursday last week, I told you that they were going to get Danault. Or I kept asking you guys, kept poking you about it. Bryce Pickford signed for 3 years. Bryce Pickford, another one of those overage junior picks, a bit like Jared Davidson. Absolutely scoring at like an unprecedented rate for a defenseman. He's got good size. Florian Jacki, another example of like an overager they drafted. What is like? Where do they keep finding these guys? Because Pickford looks like he looks like a player right now. Very excited. Blue, how you doing, Blue? I love the Danault pickup. Habs are top 10 in scoring, 25th in goals against, and he was brought for his great defensive play. And as you also mentioned, Pickford locked up for 3 years. Good thing also about the Pickford trade, the contract only kicks in next year. So it's not a this year contract. So don't expect him. But next year, he'll probably, I guess he'll be done with junior. He'll go to Laval, and sky's the limit. We'll see what happens with that guy. As for Danault, yeah, exactly. I just don't think, especially now that Evans is hurt, it's pretty clear what his role is. He's killing penalties. He's a stabilizing force at center. He's not here to score, which is good because it doesn't seem like he can score anymore. Although his stats suggest that he was a little bit unlucky in LA. He probably should have a couple goals. He doesn't have any goals this year, which is obviously worrisome. But you know what? They need a center. You guys know how hard it is to get a center. So, you get you take the center you can get. There's not much of a chance. I know you guys were saying, oh, it should trade like a first and a prospect for Ryan O'Reilly. I don't know. The guy is not a bad get right now. Hi all, Danault should get lots of ice time if he's on the PK. Canadians they were second, right, in the league in minor penalties this year so far. They do take a lot of penalties, have a lot of penalty trouble, and we've been saying it all season. With Dvorak gone, Nick Suzuki was having to kill penalties, and that is not a good place to be. Your number one center, I don't think should be killing penalties. You should have specialized players for that. You don't want him blocking shots. I mean, blocking shots seems like it's why he got hurt. So, and why he's like not 100%. He's still playing, hasn't missed a game yet in his entire career, but that he's not 100% right now. Danault, if Danault scores no goals, but he saves Nick Suzuki the trouble of having to kill penalties, having to take tough face-offs, having to deal with terrible matchups where Suzuki's got to be primarily a defensive player instead of an offensive player. If he does all these things and he frees up Suzuki to go hard on offense, it's a win. The trade is a win. Doesn't matter if he scores 0 goals. Danault is there to be a black hole for the other team's top line. And despite not scoring this year, despite his struggles, he is still very much that player. So very excited to see what happens with Danault on this team because I was joking about this with a friend actually the other day. He was saying, "Oh, Christian Dvorak, we didn't know what we had until he was gone." And I was joking, outside of the 3 months that Christian Dvorak actually played well during his time in Montreal and wasn't injured, yes, we missed that player. But in reality, Phil Danault is coming in to replace Phil Danault, who the Canadiens never replaced. Danault left, and yeah, the Canadiens got Dvorak that offseason, but Dvorak was hurt and ineffective for the first 3 years of that deal. So in reality, they never really replaced Danault with anybody, especially as far as a number 2 center goes, which Danault was at the time. Danault was a number 2 center at the time. He's not a number 2 center anymore, but he was at the time. So, the Canadiens are very much not just replacing a temporary problem, but pretty much a long-term problem. Sean Monahan was another guy who took that place. Sean Monahan was able to come in and be that effective second-line center that they've needed. But again, he was also just a short-term solution. Danault's a short-term solution. But this team has not had a good guy up the middle. And to get to know, they've kind of, I think, acknowledged that right now they're not going to get that true second line offensive center. That guy's not really available right now, but they can get a good number 3, and Danault's good number 3. Although he has often brushed back at the assertion that he is a number 3 center. He likes to think that, for much of his time, to think that he's a number 2 center. I think his time in LA came to an end over a disagreement about his role. I hope he's not. Kent's a straight shooter. I don't think Kent came in here and said, he's not going to be the top defensive center on the team and will be, the third line center ostensibly playing defensive assignments. That's what he's good at. But I could see Danault, he's probably not going to get power play time. He's probably not going to, we'll see. Sorry, this is getting around. If you guys want to have a good laugh, and I'm gonna have a little laugh at CTV News' expense. I know they are somewhat of a competitor. They're broadcast news. We're not broadcast news, so it's a little different. We're not competing with each other necessarily, but they did run a rather controversial Santa Claus piece in the news tonight, and I'm getting texts nonstop about this. I won't even say why it's controversial. Just know that if you are a child watching this, Santa Claus is 100% real. He is 100% bringing you presents. He's 100% in the North Pole right now, getting ready with the reindeer. He's got a few of them. I don't remember how many. He's got 8 reindeer. I don't know. Ready to go. Don't listen to CTV News. They're wrong. Santa Claus is real. The Gazette would never say something like that to you and your kids. Trust me. The big boys are all playing. Wait, who are the big boys in this case? Oh, I should get the lines for you guys. Silly me. I knew I was forgetting something. All right, Habs lines for tonight. We got, not the clearest way to read it, sorry. Caulfield, Suzuki, Bolduc, first line the same. Slafkovsky, Kapanen, and Demidov, same second line. New third line. Texier, Danault, Anderson. Love it, as you guys know. No Evans tonight. He's hurt. Might be hurt a while. We don't really know yet. Blais, Veleno, Gallagher on the fourth line. I thought Blais played a great game on Sunday. I think a good Blais helps this team a lot. Like he's a good like physical bruiser. We've talked a little bit about somebody that can sort of take some of the pressure off Jack Eye physically. Do I think Blais is a guy who's going to fight people? Not really, but he's not he won't back down. So he's good for that. And then on defense we got Matheson, Dobson, Hudson with Carrier, which has been a great pairing. Carrier is looking like a changed man playing next to Hudson. Hudson's back on the left side. This is the move. And then Struble, Jack-Eye. Really? Struble gets in over Angstrom? All right. Whatever you say, Marty. I don't necessarily agree with that one. And then Jacob Fowler and Nets. Of course, Jacob Fowler got a shutout over the weekend. Yeah. But for all the talk about potentially Danault and Gallagher teaming up again, obviously to recreate the great 5-on-5 elite 5-on-5 line that was them and Tatar. We're not going to see that tonight. Well, obviously, we're never going to see Tatar back with the Habs. His career is over, but or he's in what is he in Switzerland right now? But we're not even going to see Gallagher and Danault together. We're going to see Danault with Anderson. Anderson, who's like suddenly become this very like responsible defensive player. I think he'll be nice with Danault, and then Texier. We shall see about Texier on that line. Texier is going to have to figure out how and if he's going to become a bottom six guy. That's been the real challenge his whole career, and that's not going to change here. But he's going to have to figure out if he can be an effective player outside of being on a scoring line. Because when this team is healthy, he's not going to be on a scoring line. He's going to be on the fourth line. He's going to be on the third line. Hello, Michael Paul. Happy holidays to you. I'm so happy you're here. Got a little crowd tonight, but that's okay. I told you guys I was going to do one more before Christmas, and I'm glad I did. Because I think tonight's going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great to go into the break with a win if the Habs can pull it off. Go Habs, go! You know it. All right, first period is about to start. Hey, and we got Phil Danault taking the. We got Phil Danault taking that first face off, and we got a fight. Fight. Oh man, Danault and Anderson are wailing on each other. This is a heavyweight fight right at center ice. Oh, Anderson's hanging on though. Can he? He's hanging in there though. Danault is definitely the more, I think, seasoned fighter than Anderson, but Anderson is hanging in there, and then down he goes. But good scrap between both of them. Look at that at the Garden right before Christmas. Oh man, that was fun. Yeah, what do you guys think? That was a good scrap, eh? And we're only 29 seconds in, and we got a fight, and now we got a Habs power play coming up. Yo, this game is not. We're not wasting any time tonight. Well, that pass deflected and way into the crowd. Crowd astonishingly excited about that, but I guess that is fun. You don't get that many pucks in the crowd anymore with the mesh, so not a fan of staged fights, are you, Harry? Neither's Timur. Really, Timur? I thought you might enjoy a staged fight. No, a little bit of toughness, a little bit of razzle dazzle to start the game. Look at Caulfield up top. Is he gonna try to get down low here? We got Hudson and Fowler tonight. Of course, a couple of a Boston U and a Boston College alum, so they're excited to be here tonight. Oh, we got a Demidov time on the PP. You know it. PP's doing good lately. I'm amazed there aren't more broken fingers with all those helmet shots. No kidding. There honestly might be. It's not like a player would miss much time with a broken finger. They'd probably tape it up and go back in there. Oh, you don't like you like an organic fight. I hear you. Oh, what a nice pass by Hudson was in the middle of the slot and he passed it to Suzuki on the left side for a big one-timer, but Suzuki wasn't like in motion. He was very like stationary and he kind of like did the one knee thing and he tried to blast and he just like didn't quite get. I mean, he got a good piece of it, but he was like the pass wasn't quite right where he ought to be. Well, we're down to the last 30 seconds of this power play. I hate the merry-go-round fights. Yeah, that was a bit of a swingy fight. There wasn't necessarily a lot of connecting going on. And that is it. Back to 5-on-5. Hey, Phil Danault with a scoring chance. Dude, somebody was joking that he's gonna break that slump, that season-long slump tonight. That he's highly motivated and on a team where he's pretty familiar. I could see it happening. Here's Texier walking in. Ooh, trying to use the guy as a screen, but he ended up putting it right in the guy's skate. Dobson walking the line really nice, getting it to Hudson. Ooh, a nice back and forth, but Dobson ended up kind of biffing that. Surprised Jack I didn't get the Jeannot assignment, but I guess Anderson wanted. How did the? Do you guys remember the last Boston game? God, there were so many fights the last Boston game. I don't even remember now. That was a chippy game, and who did Jeannot beat the? I guess he beat the crap out of Jack Eye, right? That was the fight. Okay, I can see that. No drinking hen yet, Karen. It's Christmas. Oh, we got another. What's going on? No, the refs are jumping into it this time. I don't think Jeannot or Anderson did any damage to each other. I think they just got each other tired, I think. Hello, Jason. Good to see you. Happy holidays to you as well. Ah, yes, Anderson scored 2 goals the other night. He's we've talked a lot about the third and fourth lines not producing, but I think Anderson's having like quietly not, for a guy that I'm expecting to get like 25 to 30 points, I feel like he's hold and serve this year. I feel like he's okay. But so far, definitely getting the vibe that this is going to be a physical game. And McAvoy's back. If you guys remember he got hurt the last time the Habs and Bruins played. He took one right in the jaw. And if you watch that slow motion, you didn't forget it. That was a bad one. But he's back with he's got the guard here. Jack Eye is playing tonight. Hello, Max, by the way. Jack Eye's playing on the third pairing with Struble. It's Engstrom who got the night off. Here, I'll write it just in case you're not listening. There you go. Hello, Joseph. Happy holidays to you. Hoping for a Habs win. Hate losing to the Bruins. Oh yeah, Morgan Geeky is scoring at like a unprecedented rate at the moment, certainly for him. But great having Danault back. I agree. Nice to have the Liveblog back. Nice to I couldn't not be here before Christmas, Mark. I felt bad not doing the weekend games. The weekend games were so good, but I was just like I had unfortunately worked my hours and could work no more. Struble there for the muscle. Well, he is from the area, right? He is from Rhode Island, so I would imagine that if he's not going to get motivated for this game, he's not getting motivated for anything. Exactly. Arbor and Jack, they need to be the Bruisen brothers, the Bash brothers. We already got the Bash brothers. Bruins broadcast. This is the most important game of the year for them or for the Habs or for both. I don't know if it's the most important game. I mean, every game is going to be the most important game, but this is, if the Canadiens win tonight and Detroit loses against the Stars, which feels very possible, the Canadiens will be tied for the Atlantic Division win. So for all our hemming and hawing this year about how the Canadiens haven't been very good, or they've been very inconsistent, Uh, they actually could enter Christmas tied for the division lead, which is absolutely crazy. Almost as crazy as the fact that Detroit are the team that is currently leading the division. But that's where we are with the Canadiens. You know, for all that we've said about the Canadiens being this and that, Canadiens here, Blue, you got it right. Canadiens have been playing good hockey. 4-1-2 in their last 7. 4 points out of first in the East. They're not 4 points. Oh, first in the East. Yes, exactly. I mean, the whole league is incredibly tight. The division is very tight. They're actually not that far off from last either, but so far by playing well, they're back near the top. Not saying that it's a bad move, but I think I'm an army of one when they say I'm not totally thrilled about having Danault back. No, I hear you. The guy has 0 goals this year. Like, I understand, and he makes 5.5 mil, and he's not the like second line center that everybody was hoping for. I still think it's the right move. I still think they needed a guy, especially since, again, we haven't gotten the word on Evans, but it doesn't sound particularly awesome potentially. So I'll wait till the announcement to know for sure. But if he's out for a while, then they definitely needed to know. I tried getting the blog going for the Pens games using the comment section, but it was tough. Had to refresh constantly to see others' comments. There was a Pens blog. Wasn't me. I didn't do one. I don't know what you're talking about. Or the Pens were doing one. I don't know. Oh, we got a 2-on-0 forming here. Oh, what a save by Jacob Fowler on, I believe it was Pasternak. What a save, man. Geeky to Pasternak. Unbelievable. I don't want to you don't want to get too excited about a rookie goalie, but like, goodness gracious, Fowler just seems like he's on another level from the other guys. Engstrom had a tough game on Sunday. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. Danault was brought in for defense. Too many goals and assists. Habs can score already. Need to keep the puck out of the net. That was an amazing save. Oh, I see. You used the Chicago blog. Added comments below. Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Curious, why don't you like having Danault back? Oh, you mean for Mark? Yeah, I'm curious. Well, Mark. I'm pretty sure Fowler will be number 1 by the end of the year. Man, you don't get too excited, but he's really good. He's definitely special. He's gonna be he'll be the number 1 goalie eventually. I don't know when. Hey, we got 2-on-1 here. That being said, it was kind of a weird drop back from Bolduc to Caulfield that everyone saw coming. So Caulfield didn't really have an opportunity. Danault, 52 in the dot. I mean, he is his career is 52, 50, 52, 52. This guy wins 52% of faceoffs always. Here. It's a lot of money to pay someone solely to keep the puck out of the net. He can't score anymore, apparently. I realize I'm alone in this, but it's my opinion. He is a defensive center. That is, and they are paying him 5.5 mil this year and next. That is true. That is true. It's not ideal, You'd like your third line. I mean, maybe he's got some scoring left in him. I mean, the Kings are not a good scoring team. Like the Kings are a pure defense team. Uh, you know, that's how they were built. So maybe on a younger, faster team like the Habs, Danault can open up a little bit and get some points. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, if he scores 0, oh, we have another fight. Jackeye and Zadorov. Oh, baby. Oh, ay, ay, ay. Zadorov. Oh, but now he's getting headlocked. Got out of it, though. Their helmets are off, man. Oh! Jackeye with the lefty. And then he gets tackled to the ice. Wow. Another fight. Unreal. I think Danault has always been streaky offensively. That is definitely true. He is not, he has never been, other than that one year when he just arrived in LA and scored 27 goals, he has never been a consistent goal scorer in his career. So that's true. What the hell is wrong with Cole Caulfield? Chester after Chester. Yeah, I mean, he's weird, man. He's also a little bit of a streaky. I mean, all goal scorers, even the elite ones of that nature, can be a little streaky, and he's a little streaky. Like sometimes, like his shots a little, like his timing's a little off, and then then he'll score like 10 goals in 10 games, and it's like, oh, okay, he's fine. But Caulfield's definitely in like a bit of a weird zone right now, where his shot is not looking as deadly as usual. Do we got a penalty off the draw? We sure do. 30 games without a goal is one hell of a streak. I think we meant like historically, though, Mark. Not many in the Liveblog talking about Michelle this year. He's proven exactly why the Habs pass on him. Showed up to camp out of shape. Teammates calling him out. Do you mean Matvey Mishkov? Oh, yes, Matvey Mishkov. Well, the reason why we don't talk about him much is because he's on the Flyers. But I feel like during the Flyers, we all, you know, didn't love what we saw. We got a Bruins power play coming up. Still 0-0, by the way. 0-0 with 11:29 in the first period. We have two fights and no goals. And a big shot from the point by Geeky gets stopped by Fowler. Yeah, exactly. Danault out right away on the penalty kill. There's no doubt about what Danault's job is here. Yeah, we got Veleno and Kapanen as the second penalty kill unit. And so far, Boston has done nothing on the power play. They can't even get in the zone right now. So there you go. Zadorov is a monster. Props to Jack. Yeah, he hung in there. He could be going through the second year struggle that so many do. People give slack 4 years. Seems hypocritical to talk about Mishkov. He's still one heck of a player. That is very true. We really don't know what his career is going to be like. I can't even, like, I don't even watch him. Like, I saw the argument between Tocchet and Mishkov on the bench, but Tocchet's tough customer, man. Like, that doesn't mean he doesn't like Mishkov. It could just have been one, it could just be one incident, one learning incident where Tocchet felt like he had to lay down the law. So I can't say that I know enough about the Mishkov situation to say if he's a bust or not. Yeah, exactly. Do you recall Slaff's second year? Not very good, and look at him now. It's a very true. And we're back to 5-on-5, by the way. So far, both teams have had power plays, and nothing has happened. Hey, it's 1-0 Habs. Sammy Blais. First goal for a Montreal Canadiens, Sammy Blais. And I think this guy on this tough road trip has a real chance to solidify his place on the team. I mean, he just kind of threw it on the net. So Hudson takes the point shot. Gallagher deflects it to Blais in the corner, and then Blais tries a little bit of the Caulfield move where he banks it off Swayman's back and in. There was no room. Doesn't matter. That's true. I was like, 27? Hey, I'll take it. Oh, we almost had a 3-on-1 for him, but the Boston defenseman, the last guy back, puck ended up rolling to him, so nothing could happen. But that was a yeah. How many goals from behind the line this year? Quite a few. I mean, obviously it's Caulfield's bread and butter, but we've seen like Slavkovsky try it a couple times. Oh, Fowler with a really nice save. Ooh, but now the Bruins are pressing, and they tie it up. That was just a good goal. I mean, somebody missed their man, but Kusnudinov, um, just like jumped. I mean, he was skating. Bad turnover by Matheson. And then Lohrei with the really great play, and Kustudinov's the forgotten man in front of the net. Yeah, Matheson with the bad turnover. Oh, there you go. Yeah, if you want me, I can either be a soothsayer from the future telling you what's happening in the game, or you can sync it up a little bit. Your call. You guys can enjoy this any which way you want. Yeah, that was a bad giveaway by Matheson, for sure. All right, let's get the goals in here. Well, another assist for Lane Hudson. And then heaven help me if I try to Kusnutdinov. And then Lowry with his 12th assist of the season. And that's the other. Ooh, Boston again. 3 guys in front. But I think that was Carrier who just kind of like fell in front of the low slot and was able to block everything. Not bad. What do we got here? We've got some guys, a little skirmish in front of Fowler. We're gonna get somebody. Somebody's going to the box, I think. Matheson, he's been good this year. Let's hope he doesn't start those brain farts again. Dobson has to wake up. When he's good, like the team's really good, and then when he's bad, like the team really has like there's a lot riding on Dobson having good games because he just handles the puck so much. Blaze goal came off a bad giveaway by Boston, so all's even. I think Struble took a dumb penalty. Is that what happened in the end? What do we got here? Right now it looks like Gallagher's going to the box. I'm going to wait for that to update. Hold on. Habs and Bruins are the 2 most penalized teams in the league. Should be interesting. Well, they're certainly living up to that reputation currently. Struble thanks Mark for the tongue twister here. Struble should be selling hot dogs. Say that 5 times fast. I dare you. Well, you're making me want a hot dog. I didn't. I told you guys earlier. There's a really bad snowfall in Montreal right now. My wife is stuck trying to pick up her cousin at the airport. She's keeping me. If I got to take an emergency call, I'm gonna have to take an emergency call. But that's how bad it is right now. But I definitely would love to go to Lafleur's after the game tonight and get a couple of hot dogs. This is not an advertisement for Lafleur's, by the way. It just happens to be the hot dog place that's kind of near me. You guys, I don't know. Do you guys know where I live? I told you guys, I think before. I live in Côte Saint Luc, so I'm kind of equidistant from the Orange Julep, and then also the Lafleur's on the Saint Pierre exit. Now, the benefit of the Lafleur's on the Saint Pierre exit is that it has a drive-through. I don't have to get out of my car, which tonight is not a bad move because it's pretty gross out. That being said, the Julep is the Julep, and it is the best. Oh, Lindholm with a really nice chance. So now the Bruins are back on the power play, and Lindholm with a really nice chance in front. But Fowler, who I always will commend for, he'll cover up the puck. He's good at it. That's it. Mark Denis has it right. Il ne panique pas. Like the puck, like he made the initial save, and there's Lindholm in front trying to bat the rebound, and Fowler didn't handle it well the first time, but he was able to like get back again and handle it. Sammy Blais earned his goal. His hit turned the puck over to give the opportunity. That's a very good observation. And exactly the kind of things that you want Sammy Blais to do as the fourth liner. And again, it's a road trip coming up here. I think Sammy Blais has an amazing opportunity to solidify the spot on the fourth line as a physical player who can pot a couple goals. Oh, Geeky with a really nice chance in front. He's one of the elite goal scorers this week or this year, amazingly. Oh, nice steal by Veleno. He's going to take the puck into the corner and kill off a bunch of power play time for Boston. I mean, Veleno's not dumb. He knows that his job's on the chopping block with Danault here. He got lucky, and Evans is hurt. But Veleno is definitely in trouble here. So he's got to be a good penalty killer today. Oof. Post by, oh man, Geeky's all over the place tonight. Penalty is over. And Matheson's going to the box for a broken stick. Oh no. Pierre Hood, you got it wrong. It's the Boston guys going to the box tonight. So after the commercial break, the Canadiens actually will be the ones going on the power play. They are 0 for 1 currently on the power play. But they do have one of the hottest power plays in the league, so we'll see what it takes. I do have to ask. So Renaud Lavoie initially reported that Montebo would be up for the weekend, and then they sort of determined that Montebo was going to spend a little bit more time in Laval. So I wanted to know if you're surprised with the events of Montebo. Are you surprised they're going to keep him in Laval through the break? It looks like. Yeah. What do you think about that situation and the fact that I think the Canadiens are going to try to avoid a three goalie situation here? Max, no, where else can he go? Well, he can come back up to Montreal. They get a three goalies, which I think is the next stage here. They're not going to put him on waivers. It's too soon to put him on waivers. So I think they're going to do the three goalie dance again, which I know went terribly last time. Although you could argue that it went terribly because they picked the wrong goalie. So it's 16. The Bruins already have 16 shots tonight. I don't trust these scorekeepers sometimes. I mean, they do say the Habs have 7, so there's definitely on the plus side. Oh, Suzuki kind of misreading the play here on the power play, and they're gonna start it back in their zone. I don't think he is. He's still in Montreal. He's still with the team. Yeah, he's like. Well, I think Laval's already started their break, no, but he's like still like on conditioning assignment. Technically, they haven't brought him back yet. Here from Max. At this point, you have to wonder what happened with him. I've never seen such a quick decline like that. Yeah, same. He's very strange. Oh, you think Michael? You think he is going to go on waivers? Oh, Suzuki from, like, again, that kind of goal line position on the left side. Couldn't beat him. We're not going through 3 goalies again. Yeah, I don't think that's the ideal scenario, that's for sure. Montembeault won't be claimed. I think he might. Monty lost his mojo. Maybe he can find it Laval. It's just like, I just don't know if he'll have enough time to. That's the issue. He was supposed to join the Habs in Pittsburgh, but I guess that didn't happen. Yeah, exactly. They said he would come back, and then now they decided that he's going to stay there. I think he can stay there up until the 28th. Is technically the 2-week conditioning assignment. If Montembeault is claimed, he'll be claimed quickly. I think so too. I think somebody's going to look at his last year's numbers and be like, we can unlock that guy again. PP is brutal tonight. It really is. And they're going to go back on the penalty kill. Right as the Montreal power play ended, where they did absolutely nothing good. Looks like Demidov is going to go off. Is that what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, no. Demidov hooked his guy. We got another Boston power play, which you do not want. Morgan Geekie scored 50 goals in the calendar year. Where on earth did that come from? You know, Seattle gave him away at one point. Seattle literally just didn't tender him a contract. Not that anybody should be talking about Seattle like it's a franchise worth emulating. They are a garbage fire team. They are a Mickey Mouse organization, but, you know. We're not sending Monty back to Laval. They'll send Fowler back because he's waiver exempt. That is the, like, rational thing to do. But, God, if Montembeault's not playing well and Fowler's playing really well, I don't know. But, yeah, I always just assumed that Fowler would go back and Monty would figure his game out. Number 1 power play in December. Let them make as many passes as they want. Sure. But tonight, they're not looking great. Here, not a single shot on the power play. But hey, he sure made a lot of passes. Guys, both things can be true. They have a hot power play, and the hot power plays also looked lousy tonight. Both things can be true. Both things are true. Tonight, they should just put a shot on net. I think would be good. I mean, look at Fowler, man. Just a nice little cross ice. Well, Pasternak, back door, probably thinks he's got it. Unless Fowler plays so very well that they can. Yeah, that's really it, right? If Fowler's just like so damn good that they can't send him down again. I don't know. I guess they could try to trade him once the holiday break is over. But again, I don't know if they want to like put all their cards in 2 rookie goalies. And I consider Dobesh still a rookie. Wow, what a shot. Steves. Who the heck is that guy? Oh yeah, guys. This one's gonna be. They're not gonna give this one away to the Habs tonight. The Habs are definitely gonna have to take this to the next level if they want to win. Boston looking good. What a rip. Fowler does make himself a little bit small on this one. But what do you do? I mean, it's just such a laser. Top corner. Bad goal. I mean, it's a good rip, though. But not a good penalty kill for the Habs. That's the issue. Well, first period over. That's it for the first period. So that's the 8th goal of the season for Alex Steves. Steves. And then Pasternak with his 26th assist of the season, and that was on the PP. Let's just keep giving Boston power play. Good strategy. Yeah, that's not good so far, obviously. Terrible habits. Both a goal conceded right after scoring and a power play goal with under a minute left. That is true. That was penalty wise. That was not a great period. Boston got 3 power plays. Habs got 2 power plays. But lots of going to the box. I mean, Slav got an interference call, Gallagher got a slashing call, and Demidov got a hooking call, all kind of in the back half of that period. Slav right before, but yeah, no, you're not gonna beat the Bruins on the road by taking a bunch of penalties. That is 100% for sure. Our gooning up strategy doesn't seem to have cowed the Bruins as of yet. No, it hasn't. But I guess they're less about gooning it up and more about, I guess, trying to fight fire with fire. Was that the thing? But they gotta fight fire with some goals too. I wish we had someone that could win a fight. Wi-Fi and Anderson should hang up the gloves. Oh, I didn't think they did that badly. I know people have been hard on Jack Eye this year, losing fights, but I thought he was all right in that one. And I didn't think Anderson lost the fight. And I don't think in either case, I mean, Zadorov's just a big customer. That's a tough fight for Jack Eye. And then Jano is more of a fighter than Anderson is. So I don't know. I get what you're saying. They don't have like a Nick Delorier that's just going to like pound the hell out of everybody, but at least those guys answered the bell, I'll say. But yeah, that was a busy first period. Lots of penalties, lots of power plays, 3 goals, 2 fights. This Young's had teams a lot better spot this year compared to last year. Let's hope they can have the same second half as last year. Well, last year's second half was pretty remarkable. I don't think they necessarily are going to do that, but they are, 2 points out of first place in the division, so they are right where they want to be. So let's just hope they keep that pace. I mean, they keep that pace, they make the playoffs, so that's really what counts. I don't know if that second half is realistic. This team, I think, is just a little more consistent than that team last year that, almost hit rock bottom and then climbed out of it unexpectedly. If you have had the chance, we do have a new episode of Hockey Inside Out, our last one before the holidays. Um, it's about Phil Danault, as you might imagine, it's about Phil Danault. Here, let me put it in the comments. We've got so we're off next week. There's no show next week, but we recorded some extra bonus episodes today that we will play next week. So a lot of like best of the year, uh, you know, thoughts about the Habs in 2025. So do stay tuned for those. Obviously, with Nux and Greeny, they're going to be there. So enjoy. And then next week's episode is very good. It's about Phil Danault and whether he can still be a difference maker for the Habs. Like, what's the expectation here? Is he just going to be, a filler, kill some penalties, bring some leadership, or can he bring a little more here? We're doing a little bit of talk about Mark Bergevin, well, not Bergevin, but specifically the Buffalo Sabres on the RDS broadcast. Pretty interesting. They're about to win their seventh. They could win their seventh consecutive game. They're hot. But yeah, they are the Sabres. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Buffalo's problem is. I mean, they've had talent over the years. I mean, they lost Eichel, Reinhardt. I mean, those are the big ones, but they've lost some other guys. They're going to lose Tuck probably. So, how do you get that team going again? Can Bergevin be the guy? All right. Here's my intermission question for you guys. Will Marc Bergevin help the Sabres turn it around? Can he do it? Did he help the Canadiens turn around? Arguably, he did a little bit. Kind of, in a way. He definitely changed the culture around here. I don't know if it was for necessarily for better, but wasn't he had his moments. I don't know. Hello, Rick, by the way. Hold on, I'm gonna put this back on. All right. Wait, you can't see what? Wait, I like this. Bergevin did help. He helped implode the team. No, wait. What can't Michael? What can't you see? The intervention question is just thinking you type out. Marc Bergevin is too full of himself. Fowler must have been thinking pass, but man, he did not look good on that goal. He was very like crumpled in his net, eh? Felt like he gave a lot of room. All right, back to the intermission question. Yeah, I don't know about Berkey. Who is the new GM in Buffalo? It's Kekalainen, the GM, and then Bergevin, the number 2 guy. Damn, so I heard. Harry, I gotta send you a Gazette hat or something. He is the associate general manager, which is basically a fancier version of the assistant general manager. He's very much the number 2 guy in that scenario with Buffalo. But yeah, thanks, Harry. I'm gonna have to check out what exactly went down in the other live blog. I'm very curious. Kekalainen will do a good job in Buffalo. By the way, as an aside about Buffalo, uh, I don't know why my Instagram algorithm keeps telling me that Darren Pupa is now on Instagram. Darren Pupa tells stories about his days, but they're not very interesting stories, and he just seems like a guy who lives at the beach and is kind of loving his life, which great for him. Oh my God, Rick, Marc Bergevin is waiting for the GM spot in Toronto. Could you imagine? I mean, they're probably going to fire the general. I mean, if they don't make the playoffs, they'll fire Treliving. Oh my God, Marc Bergevin is the exact kind of bozo they would hire. Wouldn't that be crazy? What a day that would be. He didn't even flinch. Yeah, Fowler was a little weird on. I mean, it was a good shot. I think he was a bit like beat clean, no reaction. Yeah, he was a little surprised by that. I think surprised is the way that I would put it. I don't exactly know what happened there, but Fowler looked very small in his net and didn't really like didn't play it right. That's what I would say. Oh God, yeah, Ryan, I'm glad you brought this up. I wanted to talk about this. The story of the day from Dave Pagnotta, the fourth period. I think he was the one who said it. That Carolina offered Jesperi Kotkaniemi to the Kings for Danault, and the Kings said no thanks. They did not want that contract, and then ended up uh, trading him for a second rounder. So there you go. If you wonder what Kotkaniemi is worth in the NHL right now, less than a second rounder. Uh, are you happy the Canadian? I guess Kotkaniemi is available too. Are you happy that uh, they didn't get Kotkaniemi back? Bergevin is definitely one of the three worst GMs in Habs history. Haven't the Sabres suffered enough? No, they're about to suffer a lot more potentially. Max, though, Max, you strangely, I like that you prefaced it with strangely, weirdly enough, I actually don't mind Bergevin. That was a terrible period. Oh yeah, let's get some statos on this one. Okay. High danger chances from Money Puck. Oh boy, howdy. 4-0 Bruins. Whoops. Not great. How about the Money Puck deserve a win meter? What's going on there? Oi, oi, oi. 86% Bruins. Not good. Not good. How about Polymarket? And then Polymarket has 70%, 70 cents on the dollar. Polymarket has 70% Bruins tonight. So all Bruins in the first period. Not great. Tom Dundon only signed Kotkaniemi to get back at Montreal. That is 100% what happened. Revenge is not always worth it, as he came to realize. Although that being said, if they just kept him after a couple of years, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. But they signed him to that long-term deal, thinking they were going to save some money on a second-line center, and they did not. All right, we're back for the second period, and the Canadiens. Oh, Sammy Blais with a shot in the first period. He's pretty hurt at the whistle, but no, he's back. He's good. No, Blais good. All right, they're back for the second period, and they really need to not take any penalties. Danault back out. Texier got slammed into the boards, and he is very slow to get up. And it almost results in a goal because the Bruins basically just have an extra guy at the other end. Who hit that guy, man? Who hit him? Minton. And then Geno at the other end, taking advantage of Texier being down in the corner, able to get a chance on Fowler. So it's not going well for the Habs. Oh, and a bad giveaway by the Habs to keep it in the zone. Oh, giveaway. Demidov breakaway, and what a goal. What a goal. Is that the nice goal Habs scored this season? What do you guys think? Is that the goal of the year for the Habs? Oh, what a goal. I mean, Zadorov with a brutal giveaway at center ice. Demidov blows by everybody. Backhand, forehand. It's in. Hey, Texier back to the locker room. And then Texier's going down the tunnel, guys. That's not good. The injuries keep happening. Always ask him to shoot. Well, he wasn't gonna not shoot there, that's for sure. Demidov looking like Kovalev. Yeah, that's true, eh? With that move. Change in speeds. Man, this game has been messy so far. That goal by Demidov, as you might imagine, was unassisted. 17 points for the Slavkovsky, Kapanen, Demidov line in the last 8 games. They are on fire. Only Demidov got a point on that one, but still. So the Habs did not have a very good first period, but it doesn't matter. It's tied up 2-2, and the Canadiens are starting to play a little better in the second period. So we have a 22% shooting percentage. That is pretty good. Not sustainable, but hey, maybe they'll get more shots on goal. Watch Demidov pick up extra speed 3-4 steps before he shoots. Oh man, his whole edges, like the move, like there are not a lot of guys in the league who can do that. Not a lot. And we got another skirmish. Zurovsky is going to beat Demidov's point total in the KHL too. Zurovsky's having a crazy good year. Every time I watch the highlights, I'm like, okay, got him in the second round, but looks like a first round talent to me. Now, we don't think he's anywhere near Demidov's talent level. Demidov's different ball game, but Zurovsky's definitely way better than I think your average second rounder. Oh, Matheson misplays it, but almost gave up a breakaway to Arvidsson. But Arvidsson looked like he was going to try to tee it up and then go around Matheson. But Matheson used his speed, man. He chased him all the way back to prevent, I think, that from being a better chance than it had any right being. I mean, Anderson came back. Matheson came back. I'll give him credit there. And then Fowler, in addition, was able to sort of stick with the player. It's a good chance for the Bruins, but what was Matheson doing? Yeah, he totally misplayed that initially to lead to that scoring chance. Not playing defense. Well, he came back. He came back. But yeah, I hear you. How about Danault? Oh, man. Off the off the post there. Habs almost made it 3-2. The Danault line. So who's out? Is that Danault, Gallagher, Anderson? Did they do an old man line? Yeah, do we got an old man line out there? We sure do. Yeah, at the post. Oh. Well, that's not good. Anderson took a penalty on that play. So for all our fun and games, Bruins are going to go back on the power play where they've already scored once tonight and have looked really good. So, not where you want to be. You don't want to get the puck to Geeky, that's for sure. I mean, Carrier was. They had a chance to go in a 2-on-1 there, and then Carrier got hooked by the Boston guy trying to leave the zone, and they don't make the call. Galley, Andy, and Danault will do well in the future. You know, nobody has talked about those guys in the future in a long time, but I know what you mean. We know they have chemistry, and we know that they played really well with Dvorak last year, and Danault is the closest thing they have to another Dvorak. So, and I think both right-handed shots. I think they struggled with Evans. So I'd like to see that line. The world's most expensive third line, basically. When there's no replay on the penalty, it makes you wonder. Yeah, I didn't see any. I didn't see what happened. That was a nice try by Boston. They executed the cross crease pass that they wanted, but and then Fowler kind of got clipped by a stick, but he's kind of not happy about it. But nothing seemed to happen. Josh, yeah, look at that. You can't high stick the goalie, man. Look at that, right in the helmet. That was Pasternak right on Fowler. They didn't call anything. They didn't even call a whistle. Mark said Anderson's got a nasty habit of picking up stupid penalties. Yeah, he does. That's the way he plays. Steve's again, but man, this time Dobson really laid himself out and took a really nice block. There you go. Habs kill it, but that was a tough one. But Anderson's out of the box. There's 13:40 left in the second period. It's 2-2. Boston has 20 shots. The Habs have 14 shots currently. I think it's a little more even in the second, though. It's 6-3 in shots, Habs in the second period because Boston had 17 shots in the first. So Habs are coming out swinging a little more in the second. Took a bad penalty there, but they got a chance to maybe finally get a lead tonight after the. Well, I guess they scored the first goal, but after that. Aren't players getting penalties for killer stick? Yeah, you absolutely high sticked them. I think there should have been a penalty. Did they miss it because it's the goalie? but I don't think you can high stick the goalie. Nice shot by Fowler. Made the save through traffic. And again, the puck kind of lands in front of him. But then he ends up just like kind of taking a move and going right in front of him and stopping it and covering it up, which is nice. Anyways, it was important for the Canadiens to get back in this because they did not have a great first period. But so far in the second, they're definitely looking a bit better. All right, got a bit of a question for you because it's come up. Here, let's put that up a little longer. Should Suzuki skip the Olympics if he's not 100%? So he might not make the team. I think he'll make the team. I think he'll be like, but he might just be like the 13th forward. But what do you think? Do you think he should skip the Olympics entirely if he's not healthy? Because he's definitely not healthy and he's not playing his best hockey right now. So let me know what you guys think. Or you got some answers coming in. Rick says yes, he should skip the Olympics if he's not 100%. Ryan says yes, he shouldn't skip the Olympics if he's not 100%. Well, there you go. It's tough because, like, you just never know when you'll get another opportunity. He doesn't know if he'll get another chance in 4 years. I understand when it was the Four Nations. We didn't even know what the gravity of the Four Nations Cup was going to be. So it's like, oh, this is just an exhibition. Like, who cares? But I don't know. It's tricky. Oh, Demidov had dumped the puck deep. Slav got it. He tried to pass it back to Jack Eye, but unfortunately, it's a really hot pass, and now it's back in the Habs zone. The question is, would he skip if he got an Olympic team offer? No, I definitely don't think he will. Unless the Canadiens doctors tell him, like, yo, you are not well and this is an issue, he'll go. Who was that with the nice shot? Jack Eye with the nice slapper. We're always talking about wanting to see more Jack Eye slappers. That was a good Jack Eye slapper. Texier still not back yet, by the way, in case you're wondering. Oh, potential turnover here along the boards. Oh, Bob Taylor's here. Hey, guys, just wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Joyeux Noël. Family came in tonight from Zurich, so I'm a little busy. Bob, thank you so much for popping in for even just a moment. Oh, there's a Boston player hurt. That's right. You walked in and you got hurt. Oh, and then the Bruins had a nice chance at the other end. Anyways, thank you so much for coming, Bob, and we'll see you after the holidays. Had to catch up on Demidov's goals. Lights out on the breakaway, right, Timur? Was that the goal of the year so far? I think it could be. How about this? Not likely to happen, but if Fowler got picked for the U.S. Would we cheer for him? No, definitely won't. But you know what? In 4 years, I could definitely see it happening. Not the goal of the year for the Habs? Or would we cheer for him? Family over hockey. Not me. I choose hockey. No. You know what? It works. My family wants to watch hockey too. That's the one thing about the doing these live streams. Um, Actually, historically, when I was doing the live blog just on the website, I was often hanging out with family, sometimes at bars, sometimes at restaurants, just doing the game on my phone. I even went to the game a couple times. I was doing the game on my phone, hanging out in the stands with my pals. So the live stream, I haven't been able to do it, uh, which is occasionally why I skip the game so I can go hang out. Dobson really does it all. Great pickup by Hughes. He does it all, but he does sometimes do things that infuriate us all. Wonder if it's Texier's shoulder. Is that what it looked like? He definitely got hit hard in the boards. I didn't quite see. It looked like he skated. Like the skating wasn't the issue. It looked like he just was like very hunched over. So yeah, shoulder. Harry, never ever cheer for anything USA again in anything, regardless of who's involved. Damn. Harsh, but totally understand. I'm only drinking Weiser's whiskey. It's a Weiser's whiskey Christmas for me. I tell you that much. Maybe concussion protocol could be. That's true. He was on the bench and then left. Okay, we're 8:25 left in the second period. It is still tied 2-2. 22-16 shots for the Habs, and they just missed a very nice opportunity. Somebody missed the net there, so. Dobson takes so much heat on social media, but I don't get it. I think he's been great. Mark, I think the reason why Dobson takes a lot of heat on social media is because for his size, he's not very physical. So people are kind of bothered by that. But he's a stick guy. He uses a stick. And he uses the size of the stick. But I get why people are bothered by that. Two, obviously the contract. He's the highest paid player on the team. And he's not the best player on the team. But the circumstances of his deal, the highest paid player is not necessarily the best player. Like it matters like how old you are, what your when your contract is signed, those kind of how many unrestricted free agent years you're taking away, those kind of things. So I get why people maybe expect a little more from Dobson, but I think he's been great. And I honestly think he doesn't play enough. I feel like he should be closer to the 24-25 range. But I guess if you don't need to play somebody that long, you shouldn't bother. By the way, did he get an assist? I didn't post it earlier, but I think he did have an assist. Yeah, he had an assist added on the first goal. So he's up to 20 points as a Hab so far this year. Harry says, I won't cheer for the U.S., but I might wish for a good showing from a Habs player. I mean, we do have lots of Americans on the team. I will say that. And then Ryan with I don't know. I didn't tell you guys you're not. It's not that you're not allowed to. You can post whatever you want. I'll let you post that. That's okay. That is apparently what I did. I didn't get a chance to fully read all the redacted Epstein files, but there's supposedly some pretty incriminating bits in there. So I suppose you can go check those out. Check those out when you want. But yes. I'll admit I was a Jim Beam or Jack Daniels man. I have had to alter my habits. I as well. I was a Wild Turkey guy. And I no longer drink Wild Turkey. I drink Wiser's. So I have also had to change my habits. But Wiser's is delicious and it has a little vanilla caramelly taste that I like about it. Crown's more caramelly. Wiser's is more vanilla-y. Max says, I'm not a Dobson fan. I find he lacks intensity. He doesn't hit. And tonight he's made about 4 bad plays. Yeah, that's the sort of the feast or famine with him. He's not physical for his size. Hey, Jack Guy with a big shot. See, that's how you know Jack Guy's more confident in playing better. Uh, he's taking more slap shots. I love it. Yeah, he hit a guy too. Icing was 729. Oh yeah, Jack Guy nails Geno. We're gonna have another fight later. Then Gallagher hits Geno while he's trying to get up. Oh yeah, Jack Guy laid him out. What a great hit. Hey Karen, you finally have your drink in hand. It's Christmas. You should always have drink in hand. Enjoy. Yeah, Suzuki got kind of hogtied down there in the corner, but no call. Ah, Bolduc stole the puck at the blue line. Great play to keep the puck in the zone, and then immediately just passed it to the Boston player. And now the puck is down the ice. Man, that would have been such a nice turnover if he hadn't just turned it over himself a second later. Nice steal by Slavkovsky to take the puck off Steves. And he dumps the puck into the neutral zone. Do we got a little 2-on-1 forming here? Ah, Kapanen gets the puck to Demidov, but by then everybody's like kind of retreated back into the zone. Oh, but nice pass to Dobson. Took him a while to corral the puck, though. And Dobson gets high sticked, and there's gonna be a Bruins penalty there. It's 5:44 left in the period. We got a delayed penalty. All right, Danault now in the corner. Can they start something here with the extra skater? No, they cannot. I love eggnog, but I will say a Caesar on Christmas Day. Mwah, now you're living. Like you wake up in the morning on Christmas Day. Crap. I just realized that my cousin's coming to stay with us and she loves Caesars and my wife loves Caesars and I did not buy Clamato. Karen, thank you for you might have just saved Christmas. Because if they both woke up Christmas Day and realized that there was no Clamato, they might have killed me. And then there would be no live blog ever again. So you saved Christmas, Karen. Thank you so much. That was a bad hack by Steve's. Is it a double minor? NHL.com is not updated yet. Well, my brother just texted me that it's a double minor, so I guess it's a double minor. Is that what's coming up here? NHL.com has been terrible the last like week or so. Slow updates, bad updates. Sending Danault out as the extra attacker. I know it's all about Danault right now. We're gonna get him his first goal of the season. Whoa! What a swipe by Steves. Brutal. So you get the penalty? Oh yeah, he's bleeding. Can they do it? They need to score. They basically got the power play for the rest of the second period. There's 5:23 left in the period. Did people tune in to Mariners' 14-hour charity marathon today? It was very good and will continue after the game. What a fabulous lineup of collaborators. That was what Brendan Kelly told me he was busy today. Is that what Brendan Kelly was up to? Yeah, I think he sent me a photo. Anyways, nothing but love to Tony Marinaro, always. Friend of Hockey Inside Out. Hope to have him again sometime soon. Jack guy does look good. He's playing his best hockey as a Hab ever, I will say, the last 2 weeks. And Slav loses the puck, and they're going to have to start this 4-minute power play in their own zone. Slavkovsky kind of held up at the blue line, but man, yeah, that's offside. Man, Slav is not having a tough time getting in the zone here. PP has not been impressive tonight. The Bruins penalty kill looks really good. They stood really tall at the blue line there. Okay, take two. Okay, old school dump in. There you go. Okay, now they're set up. Nice pass. Caulfield behind the net to Slav in front, but it hit a Boston player, and so he didn't get all of it, but it was a nice try. I like that they didn't try to go too pretty. They had a very clear, trigger man in mind on that play. Slav is off. It wasn't his best moment trying to get in the zone earlier. But then on the zone entry, then on the when they finally got it in the zone, he was all right. All right, Demidov with a nice play along the wall by Demidov. Anderson on the power play, second unit, I guess with Texier out. And it looks like the Bruins are 30 seconds away from killing the first 2-minute penalty. Nice zone entries. Nobody's deep though, and now Boston are going to spit the puck out. So they are now have officially killed the first 2 minutes of this penalty. So there's no chance that the Canadiens will score 2 power play goals, but they still have a full power play here to try to score at least 1 power play goal. And the top unit is out, and they are in the offensive zone. And they're just on the Habs, man. They're not even like, they're just man to man. They're just not giving them any time or space. And the Habs are really struggling. Now, that was a nice play, though, but unfortunately, nice play by Slavkovsky, though. Jeannot almost had a breakaway on the penalty kill there, but Slav was able to come back. And we're in the final minute, man. Well, there you go. Mark, you said no shots. Caulfield got a shot. Now, don't ask me if it was a Chester or not, though. Don't ask me if it was a Chester, man. All right, 43 seconds left. Another rush here. The second unit's out. Nice try by Josh Anderson, but if they don't come back, it's going to be a 2-on-1. Oh, what a defensive play. What a defensive play by Noah Dobson there. And look at Anderson coming in, full of steam, and he missed the net. Anderson on the power play. I don't love it, but he's at least the one guy trying here. And you're not going to get too many passes from Anderson, that's for sure. Well, this power play is over. You guys tell me, is that power play going to be a turning point in the game? It's tied 2-2. And it's now 22-20 in shots. They're now even in penalty minutes as well. So it's like back to even. But the Canadiens did fail to score on a 4-minute power play. So what do you guys think? Is that... All right, wait, hold on. We got some takes here. T. Moore says 4 minutes of futility. Michael says wasted power play. Just awful. Too many passes. Talk about giving the Bruins a boost. They tried to feed Suzuki on the stretch pass, but I feel like it hit the linesman possibly. Let's hope the 4-minute kill doesn't inspire the Bruins. I hope the one good thing is that it's 27 seconds to the intermission. So the hope is that the intermission, like all the adrenaline that the Bruins are feeling about killing that penalty, they're going to go back to the dressing room and maybe they come out and they don't feel it. And the Habs like shake off the bad power play. But that being said, the Bruins almost scored. Goal immediately waited, though. And now we have Slavkovsky and Zadorov poking at each other. Oh, giving each other some gloves. Suzuki, the newlywed, looks a little tired. Well, he hasn't even had the kid yet. Kid is en route. Okay, the officials are going upstairs. Well, they're going over the time thing. Okay, what are they gonna do? I mean, now there might be some penalties as well. So it's goalie interference, no goal, and then Slavkovsky and Zadorov get roughing penalties. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Slavkovsky might have been the guy who really interfered. Was it an own goal here? Was it friendly fire? I don't know. They're showing a replay of like a 12-year-old girl who's like yelling at told a Habs fan to shoo away. That's a funny sight. Marco Sturm seems not upset about that. So, and it's gonna be 4-on-4. So this literally 5 seconds left in this period, and then it's gonna be 4-on-4. Slav should be benched for that whole sequence in their end. Yeah, was that him with the giveaway? All right. So there you go. Second period is over. It is tied 2-2. It's 22-20 shots Boston. This is a very, despite the ups and downs, it's a pretty even game in terms of just like shots, penalties, face-offs. Face-offs was right down the middle before. What is it now? It's 54% now Boston. So they've won a couple more. Looks like a fair goal. Well, it's too late now, so it's not. They didn't challenge. Like, I don't think you can challenge if it's interference, right? Habs got lucky on that one. Yeah, do you guys think the Habs got lucky? With how putrid the Habs PP has been tonight, I thought they may challenge that. Slav got pushed into Fowler, causing interference. Yeah, that's like who kind of pushed who there. There was three guys. It was kind of like was it like Dobson pushing the Boston guy who pushed the Slav guy. Like there's three guys kind of in that mess. There's enough of a mess that like the refs were clearly. Oh yeah, it's Pasternak. Eh, Pasta was in the blue paint. So there you go. That makes sense. All right, let's get some high danger chances in here. 6-5 Bruins. So the Canes did well because they had none after the first period, and now they got five. So that's not bad. And then the money puck deserved to win meter is pulling back a little bit, but it's still 74% Bruins. So it's not quite there. And then according to Polymarket, this one's gone a lot closer. Polymarket's got Bruins at 52%. So it's pretty close. Do we have an update on Texier by any chance? Where are we at? Where are we at with Tex? Nothing yet on Texier. But he's not back. He didn't come back in that period. How disgusting was it for the Leafs to fire Marc Savard 3 days before Christmas? You have to wonder why players don't want to play in Toronto. Yeah, they were. I mean, he's the scapegoat, but I don't think he's the only problem. They did win today, right? They played earlier today. Oh, by the way, while we're at it, how's Detroit doing? Detroit is 2-2 against Dallas. Well. That's a potential big one too. So Danault tonight so far. If you want to know how Danault's doing, playing 10-22 so far, with 31% face-off. So not amazing. Hi Gary, by the way, happy holidays. What's Christmas got to do with losing? Your statement is goofy. So this is in reference to Marc Savard getting fired. I mean, that's the thing, right? And Danault got traded a couple days before Christmas. Like, that's unfortunately when you're in the high profile hockey business, these things do happen. That's why you get paid the big bucks. You know, it's not great to fire somebody before Christmas. Unfortunately, in our world, lots of people get fired. Like, unfortunately, December is like big firing period, so it's not uncommon. Lots of smaller people get fired too. But I think for hockey people, it's like, you know, they know that it comes with the territory. It's not a great move, but it does happen. Rick says the Leafs are disgusting. Just look at their history of social interaction. Blue says the Leafs have been a tire fire since 1967. Danault wanted a trade, though. Big difference. With the trade. No, but I'm just saying that, like, people get traded, whether they want to or not sometimes. In Danault's case, he did want to get traded, but yeah, it does happen that sometimes you get traded, you don't want to get traded. I'm not sure. Mason Marchment was traded to Columbus, for instance, from Seattle. I don't know how he feels about that move. I don't know him. Karen says Marc Savard was not the problem. Nobody's happier than I am that Treliving remains their GM. He is so awful. Hope they keep him for another 10 years. I don't think they will. I think he's next. The Habs have been losing for 35 straight years. Well, if this is a competition between Canadian teams winning Stanley Cups, Gary, none of them are doing well. So nobody's got any right to brag. The Leafs have been especially bad in that department, but the Canadians also have not won in a long time. So thanks for reminding us that Canadian teams are not winning the Cup these days. Gary is a Sens fan, not a Leafs fan. That is, he said go Senators last time. That's true. Christmas is just another day. Not to the little Christian boys and girls who get toys. And me, I like Christmas. There you go. Thank you, Gary. See Gary's Gary. You know what? Say what you want. If you come in to like badmouth the Habs and you love the Sens, I tell you what, you're real. You're real about who you like. I can't fault any of that. I don't like people who come on and they like hate on the Habs and they don't tell us who they really like. So, and then there are those who just like actually do like the Habs but like to criticize them. And I love you guys too. Why is this goof even on? Because this is not a Habs. Like it's weird to if you're not a Habs fan to come on a Habs live blog and talk. I will concede that fact, but this is I try to keep this place as open and democratic as possible. As you guys know, I don't try to moderate very much. If you get moderated, it's because an AI algorithm has probably decided that you said something inappropriate. All right, here's my intermission question. Okay. Do we have answers? Rick says Blake will have to stay active. Yeah. I mean, the reason why he kind of loses his spot in lineups is because he just doesn't skate very well. And then the game just kind of passes him by. Karen says Gary plays country music. Is it good? Gary, are you good at country music? Let us know. We have the market cornered on fourth liners. Bled, Valeno, Gallagher, Evans, Anderson. So if Bled plays well, he could stay. Eric, are you enjoying the Brazilian nuts tonight? I'm eating Skittles. I'm eating what do you call them? They're Skittles, but they're like freeze dried Skittles. So they've like exploded and they're like that. So no Brazilian nuts. I wish we had some. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. So I make a couple of Christmas dishes for my family, and I've made those. I have bought no other food for myself, so I kind of went to the fridge looking for anything, something, anything other than the Christmas food that I cannot eat, and I saw nothing. So I'm actually gonna have to go after the game, venture outside, and see if I can find something. I have like some noodles, like noodles and eggs. I could probably get away with. There is no sense Inside Out because there aren't enough fans. Yeah, there are no other Inside Outs in the Post Media Network. Um, the Oilers have their own thing. The Edmonton Journal's got something. They call it like the cult of hockey or something like that. I don't want to badmouth. I don't want to badmouth my colleagues, but it's not Inside Out. No, no, all good. I love Brazilian nuts. I love any kind of nuts. They're expensive though. That's why you got to get them in the holidays. You can justify the cost in the holidays. The real question is, can Sammy Blais stay healthy enough to play for the Habs? Yeah, well, he's got a sketchy injury history, and so does everybody on the Habs at the moment. So, but as you say, Max, he has played well in the last couple of games. Paramar's name is Rogers, and he has been banned. Thank God. You know, I don't technically I've not banned him from YouTube, but I did figure out how to do it the other day. So we did have somebody at one couple weeks ago, some spammer came on. Nothing malicious, but it was just like spamming us, and I figured out how to delete somebody from. So if somebody awful were to come and say awful things, I could potentially ban them. But so far, only the good, only the best of the best have found the live blog. So I'm happy for that. Montreal is 4 times the size of Ottawa or thereabouts, but at least their paper still has a comment section. Not that it seems to get used much by the fans. I know. We got to get our comment section back. I can't pot. I was throwing stones in glass houses. I cannot badmouth other papers in the network when they have work in comment sections. That being said, it is the responsibility of our parent company, Post Media, to fix our comments, which they have not done yet, as you've seen. But I swear to God, I am getting angry and angrier about it on your behalf. Um, that being said, the Montreal's 4 times the Ottawa thing, you have to keep in mind that we are the English paper, so we're actually quite small. I mean, our readership's not small, but we do have, uh, we don't cater to all of Montreal. There is, we have three daily newspapers catering to the French market, and then us. Um, Although a voracious newsreader will read us all, I say. All right, we're back for the third period. This game has been unbearably tight. Is Alexandre Texier back on the bench? Inquiring minds want to know. Nothing about Texier yet. Is he there or not? Ah, here we go. We do have an update indeed. Forward Alexandre Texier has an upper body injury and will not return to play in tonight's game. So we're playing. We got a minute of 4-on-4 hockey here, as we're a minute into the period. Just showed the hit on Texier, way worse than what Arbor was called for last game. Reffing is incredibly inconsistent. Based on this game so far, I think it's safe to say neither of these teams are going deep in the playoffs. This reminds me of a Sudbury Wolves game. Are the Sudbury Wolves bad or good? Or I guess making the playoffs but not going deep in the playoffs is what you're saying. I have not followed the Sudbury Wolves. I don't know what they're up to. The Gazette has been treating us very poorly. The blog is very inconsistent. So it's inconsistent because of me. Sorry, it's not. That's a me thing. Unfortunately, I have a lot of responsibilities, and I can't always. I try to do it as often as I can, but I can't always do it. But I know it's not a good excuse. They tell us nothing, so I'm telling you now that the live blog is solely my jurisdiction, and if I have other work, which I do sometimes, I'm unable to do it. Their email links don't work. I was unaware that their email links don't work. I'll have to look into that. And then I suspect they don't want to pay for a moderating crew. There is definitely no moderating crew. There is not even sure what a moderating crew is, but they don't have one. Whatever that is, they don't have one. All right, a bit of a slow start here to the third period. All right, here we go. Ah, it was a 2-on-1 Suzuki and Caulfield, and Caulfield passed it behind. Calendar year. No, the calendar. No, I mean the calendar year 2025, as in comprising the previous season and this season, everything that happened in 2025. I wanted to differentiate it. I said calendar year because I wanted to differentiate it from the 24-25 season and the 25-26 season to state that specifically in the year 2025, no defenseman has more assists than Lane Hudson. Sammy Blais with a chance for a second of the night. Hudson is a unicorn, but I won't cheer for him in a U.S. jersey. I don't think he's going to make the team. I think they're pretty settled on having Quinn Hughes as kind of the lone, smallish defenseman. 2-on-1, some pretty passes. They were just one pass too many, and the pass a little bit behind. Junior hockey, Max calls it. Gary, I literally took this from Sportsnet stats. Like they say the calendar in the year 2025. So people do call it. Caulfield didn't shoot. Could he be hurt? His shooting's definitely off of late. I will agree with you there. I don't know if he's hurt or if he's just like on a bit of a cold streak. All the other papers by Post Media and the other province have their comment sections. Yes, I will. So the reason why we don't is because they had to change the back end of our website. If you remember last year, we changed the website. We didn't do the live blog for a year, and then they had to change it again, and that's why we don't have comments right now. And they had to change it again because of contractual stuff, and they changed their provider, and so we basically had to do two migrations in one, and that's why the comment section does not at this time work, unfortunately. Is Lane's brother Cole Hudson doing well? That's a good question. He has 20 points for Boston U. There you go, Bolduc. 3-2. And suddenly the Canadiens have a 1-goal lead in a very tight game against the Boston Bruins. It was a broken stick by the Boston player that led to the initial giveaway. And then Suzuki almost beat him, but Swayman poked it away. And then Bolduc's the one that cashes it in. Yeah, it's not just Matheson's stick that breaks a million times a game. Oh, come on. Well, we got a challenge here. What do you guys think? Do you think it was goalie interference, or was that? I mean, he's out of his crease by quite a lot. Does that not count for something? Like he came out to play the puck. Like it shouldn't be interference if you come out to play the puck. Good goal. It's a good goal. I mean, I feel like at this point, the coaches are challenging these because, like, how do you even know? Like the refing is these calls are so inconsistent that yeah, I guess why not just give it a try? So that is 10th goal of the season for Zachary Bolduc. And as is the rule, the Canadiens now get a power play and a chance to take a 2-goal lead here. And it's Kastelik who gets 2 chances on the PK. Come on. Brutal, 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 brutal. McAvoy with a massive hit on Suzuki. Suzuki is seems okay. Oh, 2 chances by Bolduc. I mean, that's why he's the bumper, man. That guy can absolutely rip it. What do we got going here? Bolduc got hit at the bench, or going back to the bench. McAvoy was hitting everything that shift. Yep. Wow. We have a 5-on-3 coming up for the Canadiens for 40 seconds. I mean, McAvoy absolutely laid out Suzuki. Oh, what a hit. But where's the actual call? Oh, there's the call. Heading back to the bench. I mean, Bolduc got hit about 3 times going back to the bench there. The dreaded 5-on-3. I know, man. They're terrible at this. 40 seconds, nice amount of time, though. Hopefully, they don't get, they don't get too nervous about it. Are the Habs going to call a timeout? Yeah. Got to see Demidov out there. Okay, come on. 40-second 5-on-3 with a chance to really put the boot here. Can they score? Broken stick. But it doesn't matter because the puck goes right to Caulfield and he scores. And there's still a whole power play coming up. I mean, Dobson with the big slap shot, stick explodes, but the puck flies right to Caulfield, who's got all the time in the world to wait out Swayman and let his 5-hole open. That's one way to break out of a slump. Unreal. And now there's another penalty coming up. So there's still 127 left. And this is falling apart for the Bruins. Unreal. What a turn of events, man. I can't believe it. All right, Caulfield with lots and lots of space to give and go with Dobson, but Swayman covers it up. Bruins are the most penalized team in the league. They don't seem to learn. They are a bunch of knuckleheads. Time to put it away. Man, 5-2 would really put it away. Still a 5-on-3 for 42 seconds here. Game's going to be hard hitting from now on. Well, the Canadiens might not want to get dragged into more penalty business because that's one way Boston can get back in this game. Ooh, McAvoy not able to clear it. They are stuck. Canadians a bit too slow here on the 5-on-3. They got to move a little more. Come on, you guys got lots of space. Is that going to count? It looks like it was a nice deflection. I mean, they have opened a can of whoop ass in this third period. It's now 5-2 Canadians. Where is Lane? Lane's around, no? I guess he didn't play on that unit. Oh, Anderson fed Gallagher in front. He had a great opportunity, but the Boston player just slipped him the puck, slipped away the puck in the last second. I'm sure you'll see lots of Danault the rest of the way here. No mercy, keep scoring. Definitely just stay out of the box though. That's the main business, right? Yeah, let's just make sure the game doesn't get out of hand with the rough stuff. Exactly. You got 8:05 till Christmas. You got a 3-goal lead. Don't let them get back in this with unnecessary penalties. Slavkovsky. See, Slavkovsky got a great chance here to just like waste a bunch of time. And he does. Hey! What a one-timer. What a cannon by Slav. Three assists for Hudson. Unreal. Where did this come from? Another chance. Suzuki, Bruins just brain cramped the puck to him right in the middle of the slot there. The Habs are giving us the best Christmas present for real, right? Got a tic-tac-toe. Happy Slappy. Yeah, he didn't have the greatest game tonight. So I like that he scored. Hudson with another 3 assists. He is what a year he's having. And he's the best. He might be, I mean, look, until you beat Cale Makar, you're not Cale Makar, but Lane Hudson is in the conversation for the best offensive defenseman in the NHL. And has the numbers to support that he is the best offensive defenseman in the NHL, which is crazy. Canadians not known for their high octane back end from the Bergie years. So it's been a very strange change of pace. The Habs should play all their. I mean, they're better on the road. You might have something. You might be something to that, Rick. Is that why they play better on the road? We've been trying to figure out why they're a better road team than home team. Could it be the lack of a certain chant? I know we scored 5, which is great, but I still got to say Fowler is winning this game. He's got 24 saves tonight against the Bruins, and I think most importantly has just made the big saves when necessary. He gave up one kind of not great goal, but another chance for Hudson there. He almost scored. Unreal. Would love to have someone on the team pound that McAvoy. Not when you're up 5-2. They're definitely going to just try to be chill. Fowler was terrific. Hudson with another 3 assists. Oh, we got a ho 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 from Michael. You know it. We got 4 minutes left in the game. Lane Hudson has 13 assists in his last 8 games. Cut down Hudson time. They will go after him. That is a very interesting possibility here. The Bruins have definitely run into some trouble today, but at this point, they might just be like, screw it. Let's try to send a message. Keep our stars on the bench. Merry Christmas to you, Michael. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, they're just letting this game like run out. Always fun. Happy holidays to everybody except a certain somebody. There's lots of other people also undeserving of holidays in that administration, but we'll save it to the one at the top. Hey, we got some more physical. Hey, look at Slavkovsky and Zadorov. They've been jawing all night. Are they going to finally actually fight? Now the referees want none of that. The refs want nothing to do with a fight, with a full-on fight with a minute left in this game. They heroically jumped into Zadorov and Slavkovsky, a couple of big boys throwing their weight around. I know this game has moved lightning fast. Their advertisers will not be happy, but not much point now in Bruins getting dirty, and yet that's what they're doing. So we got a hold, we got a fight, we got a misconduct. Slavkovsky's gonna hit the showers early, or who's hitting the showers early? In the end, we got Demidov took a minor penalty. That's much I know. Boston's gonna end this game on the power play. Timur, watched most of the game. I had to step away twice. I missed 4 Habs goals. Well, there you go. Maybe you're that's the good luck. You're the good luck charm. I expect Jacky on the ice to finish the game. Normally the Habs have 60 minutes, issues playing 60 minutes of hockey. Tonight they played a powerful and impressive 20 minutes. Hey, it's all you need sometimes. Man, they're about to beat Boston. What do you guys say? They were 0-9 against Boston their last 9? Well, they're about to break that on the road, about to break that streak big time. This is what we call a statement win for the Habs. And then who else but Phil with a penalty to kill at the end of this game? Phillip Danault's out on the ice. Well, that's it. So if you guys are heading out, I'll stick around for a couple more minutes, but I wanted to wish you all a happy holidays, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Stay safe, have a good time, enjoy yourself. We'll pick this back up possibly the 28th. I'll let you know. I don't think it's Saturday. I don't think I'm working that day. But anyways, we'll figure it out. Have a happy holidays. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and I hope you get some nice gifts under the tree as well. A slow first period, but the last 2 were strong. That's exactly it. It was a nice win. Thanks for hosting to everyone. Hope you get the gifts you deserve. That's a double meaning because I don't know who's on the naughty list and who's on the nice list. Merry Christmas to you too. Well, the Habs go into the break with a 6-2 win. Wait, hold on. How are we got to see how the Wings are doing. The Wings won in overtime, so the Canadiens will not get a chance to lead the Atlantic Division. Man, the Wings beat the Stars tonight. Crazy. Did not expect that. It happens. Thank you so much, Karen. Enjoy that Caesar on Christmas Day. There is no better Caesar all year. Thank you, Harry. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Thank you. Damn, that's dark, Max. But you're not wrong. The Bruins absolutely shot themselves in the foot in the third period. But you know what? The Habs took advantage, and they don't always take advantage, Max. So I'm going to be very happy that the Canadiens got served up a win on the platter in the third period. But you know what? They were wise enough to take it because they don't always do. Man, how many points? So who are the big point getters tonight? So Suzuki got 2 points, Slavkovsky got 2 points, Demidov got 2 points, and then Hudson and Dobson, 3 assists apiece. Lane Hudson was +4 tonight. What a game. What a game. Merry Christmas to you, Max. Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you guys in a few days.